Hey gang, welcome back to 31 Days of Halloween. It is over. The 31st of Halloween. Happy Halloween. I'm not relieved that it's over. I mean, making a video every day is tedious. But when it's horror, it's not as bad. And when you know what you're doing ahead of time, you can film ahead of time. Of course, until around the 27th, I did really good about that. So, anyway, we made it. And I thought I would end Halloween very cliche and talk about Halloween. I came into the Halloween month with a double feature, talking about two films, one a remake, one original, one unoriginal, and original. Yeah. So this is what we do going out. We're going to talk a little bit about 1978's The Night He Came Home. Halloween. This beautiful black case come out of the Halloween Blu-ray box set. Our main focus today, though, is going to be on this film. A love it or hate it relationship with most people hating, very little people loving, and some like it or just say, whatever, I'll watch it. So let's start off with Halloween, 1978. Starting it all, giving us the slasher genre at full steam ahead. We got Jamie Lee Curtis, who is forever going to be amazing. And we have Michael Myers. We have a emotionless young boy who kills his sister. And from there we just see this emotionless monster that's going to terrify Haddonville, come back. It's just the night he came home, and slaughter a town. So we have so much eeriness in this film, from the magnificent music by John Carpenter to just the shape standing there staring at people. Just an amazing film. We don't have to say too much about it. We all know Halloween. What makes this so scary is the emotionless part of Michael Myers. He is really the boogeyman and goes through killing, just whatever. He doesn't give a shit. If it's in his way, he's going to kill it. Is he going to go out of his way to kill stuff? Yeah, sure, if he wants to. It doesn't matter. He has no agenda, really, except for the end result. But anything between A and B is just who gives a shit? So, yeah, somebody like that is truly scary. Not supernatural. And when we get later in the films and there's all this supernatural bullshit and blah, 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 which I still like the films, but not just for what they are, not because it has Michael Myers in it, because the realness of this character is what makes it the most scary. So we move on to whatever the hell year it is when Rob Zombie decides he wants to show his vision of Halloween, which Evil Has a Destiny. Also from the same box set. This one starring, of course, not Jamie Lee Curtis. This one's starring, what is her name? Scout Tyler Compton. Yes, Taylor Maine is Michael Myers, who I've actually met. Very large man. We have Donald Pleasence's character taken over by Malcolm McDowell, who I've actually also met. Which was such an awesome opportunity. I have no idea why he was at a horror fest in Ohio, but thank you for coming. We also have Oh my God, there's a slew of people in here. William Forsythe, Brad Dourif, Danielle Harris, who I've also met. Yeah, whatever. But Sherry Moon Zombie, who is a staple in these films, in his films. I respect the killing and the brutalness and the Rob Zombie influence in this film, because I absolutely love Devil's Rejects. It's one of my all-time favorites of whatever genre you would put that in, horror or whatever. It's just a favorite film of mine. I'm not gonna, go any farther than that with it. But this is I respect all the elements that Rob Zombie puts in his other films that are in this. However, this film from the very beginning puts a bad taste in my mouth, because I don't need to know that Michael Myers came from a fucked up, shitty home life. Basically they've turned this an emotional emotionless creature that stalks and does havoc, and as a little boy kills his sister. They've changed that magnificent thing into just about every serial killer that there is. He had a shitty home life. He was beat by his, whatever. This guy, his stepdad's a piece of shit. His mom's a stripper. His home life's terrible. He's already started with the fundamentals of becoming a serial killer by, skinning rats or cats or dogs or whatever, taking pictures of dead animals and things like that. And the further we get into it, the more he becomes psychopathic. And to me, the other version of Michael Myers is much scarier. This one is more character developed, I guess, which I don't care about. I don't need to know that this is why he does this. It's pointless. As a matter of fact, it makes it less scary than the other film. Some of the stuff that I do enjoy about it is I do enjoy the fact that they kept the pretty much the energy and the flow of the movie with the three girls and Haddonfield in general. Scout did a very good job as Laurie. So I have no problem with that part of the story whatsoever. And I know this is a revision of Zombie, and I know this is something he wanted to see. And I'm not going to take that away from him. That's fine. Whatever. Just personally, as a Halloween fan, and as a horror movie fan, it's scarier to not know than it is to know. Okay, because at the beginning, and let's just go on past that. Let's not talk about that anymore. But later on in the film, every time he kills, he is like killing with everything he has in him, like rah, rah, stabbing 400 fucking times and just killing whatever, smashing Danny Trejo, who I've also met, with a TV in the face. All that shit's great, but I don't get, the point is, he's emotionless. That's what makes him scary. This guy's just a brutal, destroying machine. There's nothing to this making this story. You can put anybody in this brutal situation and come up with this monster, but not explaining what happens and why he's like this. It's just because he's fucking evil. Okay? Before I started working in with adults in the corrections, I worked with juveniles, and some of those little assholes are just fucking evil. Some of them come from bad families and you feel sorry, and they have these, stories that you hear and whatever, and they're little shits, but, it's not as bothersome, and you have like a little more heart for them than you do the ones that just come in there from a good family that have had nothing wrong, and they're just fucking evil. And that's the same way I feel about these two movies. Not that I hate Rob Zombie's Halloween. I don't hate it. I don't really care. It's something that I will watch. I do hate the second one. I absolutely hate the second one. And I also, while we're talking about hate, in Zombie's version, Loomis's character is a complete piece of shit. Loomis in the original one, was such a great character that carried on throughout the series. And this Loomis, was making money off of this creature. He was, selling his books and blah, 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 blah. I know he came to the day when he came to town. He's like, some superhero coming to take care of Michael Myers, but still, it doesn't take away from the fact that he just is a piece of shit. So that's Halloween. Don't mind it. Don't really care. Like I said, it's in the box set, and I will watch it from time to time. I will not watch the second one. It's garbage, in my opinion. That whole thing with his mom and the white horse shit is... But anyway, the original, of course, will always stand true as one of the best slashers ever made. And that's the end of Halloween. 31 days in, 31 days out. So, yeah. So what's on the agenda next? Next set of videos that we have planned are film noir videos for Noirvember. Not as intense as Halloween, of course, but we will be doing some, and you will not get the privilege, or you will not get the nicety of not having to see me, because the lights come back on after Halloween. So, get ready to see the ugly mug again. Until then, happy Halloween.